Oh gosh, that was a long day at blooming work. 12-hour mentor shift. Forgot to put the crock pot on. Oh god. Right, let's go film a YouTube video. Ah. Oh yeah. Forgot about that, didn't I? Over to the sofa. Hello everybody and welcome to the sofa of whatever it is I call this, because the table is covered in a VCR and parts everywhere and just a mess, and quite frankly I can't be bothered to clean it at this time of night to make the video. I've only been home for about 20 minutes. I left the house at about, I want to say about 6 this morning, so it's been a very long day. So I'm here with a video, and we've got a bag of toy cars and some charity shop cars, because there's a bit of a weird coincidence with the bag we've got today and a few of the purchases I made literally yesterday, which are in a bag here. So we're going to kind of go through these bits and pieces. There's quite a few of them, so we'll try not to spend too long on certain things, but there is just one vehicle in particular that caught my eye because of what's in the bag, but we're going to come to that later on. Yes, now this bag was fairly interesting to me because like the other bag, there's another bag. It's got some very interesting things in here that I haven't seen before, from a company I haven't seen before. So we'll crack on. There's quite a lot in here. It's a normal bag, plus I've got some standard toy cars, so we'll sort of run with what's in the bag and go from that point. But I brought some real bally humdingers today. Oh boy, stuff I'm actually dead pleased with. But this was not one of them. This is the first item. Now there's the autofocus. It's Majori. It appears to be some kind of fire truck with 2 men in the back and another 2 men in the back there. Yes, it is Majori. Range Rover is what it says on the bottom. Let me just autofocus it again. Range Rover, made in France. Yes, doesn't say what kind of Range Rover. It's obviously some kind of emergency transportation Range Rover. You're going to go and have an emergency over there. Yay! In fact, actually, no, you're going to have to come back, because we're going to pull the first thing out of the charity shop that I did buy. Not today, yesterday, actually. I brought this. Hello, I brought this trailer, but now I noticed that has a tow hook. This is actually relevant. Here is a trailer. It is also, ironically, Majori. Not much to say. It's a trailer. It's got a door. It's got one of those little hinges. So, alright, I just wanted to literally hook it up to this. Like so. Come on. Come on, you big bum. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm evil. Yes. And now you can go down there with your trailer. Ha ha! That was totally worth doing. Right, what about a Weetabix truck? Now, I've had one of these before, a Weetabix truck. I think I put it on the video. But I don't think it was Corgi. I'm pretty sure it was Matchbox, and it had opening doors. But you can tell this is Corgi just looking at the windows, the wheels. The moment I looked at that, I knew it was Corgi, but I didn't know it was Corgi Juniors, which is what it says on the bottom, and it is a Leyland truck. Patent pending. Is that patent pending? I believe so. Oh, patent number. This is patent number 1278081. That's this one's patent number. Very interesting. Go and deliver some Weetabix to the heroic firefighter dudes down there. Right, let's do this one because, yes, this was an interesting one to me. This is one of the ones that would have caught my eye if there weren't ever more interesting things to me in this box. Because you just look at the wheels and you know that is a Hot Wheels of the 70s to 80s era. I'd say mid to early 70s. I haven't actually looked at the bottom, only Hot Wheels, so I haven't looked at the date. It's quite nice. It's not badly scratched at all. The axles look pretty good. If you turn it upside down, it's got that lovely Hot Wheels chrome effect. Hot Wheels Fire Eater. Can't actually read it on here. Hong Kong, eh? 1976, I think this one says. Mattel Incorporated, 1976, the Fire Eater, made in Hong Kong. So that's quite nice. We have a Hot Wheels. Delicious. Go and eat some fire. In genuinely good condition as well. Right. Is this... Oh, I haven't had a look at this one. Oh, I say. Now that makes it a lot more interesting. It's a little motorbike. A CCI motorbike. Look at it. And it's got a kickstand. And the kickstand has the words Hong Kong written on it. Let's see if we can focus. There we go. Hong Kong written on the kickstand. So we know that the bike was made in Hong Kong. There are some toys made by a single company from Hong Kong in here, which is why I brought it. I have looked the company up, and they are actually available on eBay, and they're singly worth more than what I paid for the entire bag, which is always a nice thing. So there's a little plastic motorbike. Not really any sort of detail as to who's made it that I've been able to see. Just glancing it over here, unless it's literally a company called CCI. which is quite possible. I'm just going to literally pull this to my face and see if there's anything else that I've missed. I don't think so. We're going to ride that one down. BB Hong Kong. Yes, that's a copyright strike, I'm sure. Talking about copyright strikes and noise, I legitimately did not look at this before I made that noise. Oh, there goes the camera. I promise you, I did not look at this before I did the Batman tune. I just sort of did it. So it's Batman car. I think it's the 1970s really campy version of Batman. It's actually got the Bat himself in it. Hello, I'm Batman, and I am driving my bubble car to save you from the laughing, joking man. Ha, 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 ha. Putter, 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 putter. That's not bad. I'm not a fan of Batman, never have been, you know. Shoot me, I don't like Batman much. In fact, I think he's a bit of an arsehole. But I quite like this. There's quite a lot of detail on there. It's got the figure. It's Corgi, of course. At least I think it is. Yeah, it's Corgi. The wheels can tell. It's Corgi Juniors again. National Periodical Publications Incorporated. Batmobile. Probably the 80s sometime. And it's got a tow hook. That's quite nice. I can't fault the Batmobile. I can for the fact that it doesn't want to go down. We've got another motorbike. This one has no tyres on it. This one has number 7, not CCI written on it. Otherwise, there's no difference. It just doesn't have tyres. It's actually interesting because if you look at the wheels, you can see the little squares where the plastic and rubber goes. They're not bad. They're not actually bad toys, you know. They're pretty good. You're going to put him there, and he's going to be the target for the next vehicle to go down. And we're actually getting through this bag pretty quick. In fact, outside of the 3 interesting vehicles, we've only got 3 left in this bag, and we've got some other bits and pieces knocking around. So we've got 3 cars in my hand right now. We're going to go with this one because I think we've seen one of these before. This is, of course, the I was going to say Batman. No, this is the James Bond underwater floating Lotus from a movie that I can't remember, but it's 007. I might actually have this movie. Corgi Jr. Lotus is Spirit Lotus. And basically, it went off the cliff, and then she went, ah! And it went in the water, and it went sploosh! And then it turned into a submarine, and it fired some torpedoes, and people died. And in true James Bond's fashion, there was a motorcycle in the way, and he killed them. And he got away with the micro plans of death, and the motorbike exploded, and that was like when people do that bottle trick, and it lands. You see what I did there? Did you see that? Did you see it? Can we have a replay? No, we can't because I'm not editing this video. Woo! Right. What am I doing with my life? I really, really wish I knew. I'm very tired, so I apologise if this video's quality is understandably a bit naff. I was about a Majori crane. Unfortunately, missing the actual crane bit, which is a shame. They do tend to lose these end bits. It's not a very well built looking lorry, really. I mean, except it's a crane. They do have very flat ends to adhere to the craney bit. The cranium of the crane, which is a thing I just made up. Instead, you could pretend this was a artillery cannon. Fire! You can't save them now. I've blown you up. Anti-tank gun. Fire at the Weetabix. Dunk. We're so boring, you can't damage us with cannons. Damn you, Weetabix. Damn you. Charge. You hit Batman. You killed Batman. Good. Right. Now, the next vehicles are not including this one. Haha, I tricked you because I know how to count. Number 77, a very worn out car here. Well loved, well used. Front axles appear to be entirely jammed on the left and on this side. They're jammed. I wonder if we could salvage that. I mean, this is the kind of car I suppose you put up for restoration because of its condition is quite poor. But even then, that would be pushing it. I mean, is there supposed to be glass of some kind here that's lost, and it looks like there's meant to be an engine cover? This car is probably a bit of a lost case. Shame, really. I'm sure you could do something with it. What is it? It'll be labelled up as 77, I bet. Oh, no, I'm wrong. So, it is the Matchbox Superfast made in England, 1971, Lesney Products. Oh, it's a Mazda RX 500, number 66. It's an RS5 in the scrapyard. Look, it didn't. Let's see if you can roll. Now, we're going to aim for James Bond. Fire! You literally went over James Bond. What is wrong with you? Right. Now, we're on to the last contents of the bag, and then we're moving on to the charity shop finds. Now, 2 of these vehicles are the same. And one is different, but the fact that I managed to find these 3 in this bag, and then about a week later found another one in a different charity shop. And having a quick look before I pull them up, these are the same companies. So I'm going to first put this one in to perspective for you to look at. Now have a look at this bally beast. That is a car design, if I've ever seen one. It's got a very interesting design there. It's got a windscreen, chrome interior seats. It's a triaxle, 6-wheeled beast. And it's big. I mean, it's genuinely quite big. If we pull up the Weetabix truck, for example, it's longer than a Hot Wheels lorry. Matchbox lorry. Corgi lorry! It's genuinely very big and it's very nice. And looking at the bottom, and it's very chromy, so I'm going to try and get it so you can actually see it. That reads CPC Products Corp 1980. Kenner Production, Cintil Chino 4545202, number 159, with a lot of detail. What's that on the back? I'm going to actually pull that to my face because I haven't studied this. Fast. It literally says Fast 111. So that's genuinely quite interesting if you ask me. And then there's another one. It appears to be the same design. I said I haven't studied these independently, but it appears to be the same design, interior and out, just with a slightly different paint job. And the bottom, it most likely reads the same, no, it's upside down, 159, that's fine. So those two were fairly interesting. Then there's this one. A very garish 4-wheel drive pickup truck. I don't know if that's supposed to be something, no, there's not, with an engine sticking out. Same kind of chromy bottom. And again, it says Fast 111. Literally, that's what it says. It's like a number plate that's in the wrong place. So if we try and focus this again, CBG Products Corp, same information. Number 159. It's the same information. 1980, number 159. Now, that's not the same base. I know I've got some very intelligent people who do watch the videos, who know what they're talking about when they pull up these toy cars. Does anybody actually know anything about this particular company? They seem very happy on Chrome, and the quality of the toys is actually pretty good, you know? This feels pretty good in the hand. I don't like the chrome base and all the chrome used, but the axles still seem alright-ish. You know, I'm sure if I kind of let it roll, you know, they will roll down the hill. And there's quite a lot of detail to them. There's a lot of effort that have gone into these toys that makes me think that they're not necessarily what I'd refer to as knockoffs. They're off-brand. So when I was perusing the charity shop yesterday, I found this. I found another one in a completely different charity shop in town. I'm not even taking the mick. And it's obviously a lorry. It's a triaxle again, set up as one of those drag racing lorries. I saw it and I immediately thought, that's the same as the ones I have in the blooming bag. That is the same company. Checked it out on the bottom, and yeah, it is. I mean, come on, how can you not mistake this? How can you not think this is, you know, the same? CBD Production Corp, Kenner, number 159, 1980. So the information on all of these toys is the same on the base. And I actually quite like these. I need to know more about these. Now, I did look up these ones on eBay, and they go for about £6 or £7 each, if you're lucky. So that's not a bad buy. But I honestly found those 4 things in the long run. I found those 3 things very interesting, and then to find a 4th one just randomly was super interesting. Fine, go away. No one likes you. How dare you do that? Yeah, get away from here. Right, we're running out of battery, so we're actually only going to cover a couple of other things. Plus, I don't want the video to be too long, so we're going to cover 2 more objects today, and the rest can be saved for another video as they're not that interesting. So we've got a genuinely sort of, what the F it is? And we've got one that we've seen on the channel before, but I've actually got it complete. So we'll show that one first since it's the new one. I've wanted one of these for a while, and it appeared in the charity shop with all of its cars. All 3 of its cars in fairly good condition. The wheels are a bit worn. I think the other one I've got is actually in better condition, but it doesn't have the cars, which I think I don't want to pull them off. But it came with all 3. It's quite an uncommon thing. It's about £7 or £8 on eBay for one with all its cars in decent condition. This cost me 20 pence with all of its cars. And in fact, it's got, I'm going to keep rattling on, it's the fact it's got all the cars, because they very rarely come with all the cars unless you specifically buy them from people who have kept them out of play-worn condition. 1976, car transporter, made in Maku. So very, very pleased to finally have one of those that I'm actually happy to display with everything great. So much so that I'm actually going to just put it right there. And the last thing of the day, which when I looked at, I just thought, this is bally awful. And it is, but it's old and it's interesting, which makes it worthy of being on this show. And here is a hint. Did you hear that? That was ASMR on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to hear more weird noises in your ear. Yeah. Anyway, look, it's a plastic toy car. It feels so cheap. I have no doubt that if I really tried, I think I could do quite a lot of damage to that. It's got a fair bit of detail, including some gold kind of rim lining. I'm surprised it's not falling apart. It does have a friction motor, which works. Friction motors, of course, are no good if they don't work on the kind of road, but it does still have some friction here. If I put it here, having, put it back, as you see, the friction motor is dead to the road. In fact, that's just broken it. Friction motor is dead to the road, so it's no good as a toy anymore, really. But it's so cheap and nasty, it's odd. But then when you look on the bottom, it's actually marked up. Speed burners. Speed burners, focus. TM, patent pending. Mecco Corp, 1977, made in Hong Kong. And this was the same charity shop that produced the separate lorry. So I brought these two things from the same box of toys that have been donated. They donated a couple of things. I mean, the another one was a Majori tractor, but we've seen, a Matchbox tractor, but we've seen loads of those, so we're not too bothered about that. But yeah, so those were the ones that came out. That's about it, really. I said I've got some more toy cars down here, but I don't really want to preach more than 17-ish minutes, so we'll save those for another time. But yeah, so that's what's come out the charity shop recently. There's been some genuinely interesting toys. I'd love to know a bit more about this one with the Mecco Corp and the speed burners. I'm actually going to go look it up on eBay shortly. Online, I've had no time to research. My battery is at 5%, so we're ready to end the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you like what you've seen. Do let me know in the comments which one of these cars you like. You can't have that one because that's mine. Whoop! And do let me know if you know any information about any of the cars that I'm curious about, especially these sone Corp ones. And I will see you next Wednesday for a video that has actually some planning and probably isn't just toy cars on a sofa. It will be something on the table and the VCR will be moved. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Potatoes.